Hi guys, and welcome to Yu-Gi-Oh! Card Updates, and you're with me, Ollie. Sorry I haven't uploaded videos for a while. The last video we did was the Element Hero deck. That was the proper deck video, and we did show you the first Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. We think of doing that because we've got back into Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links and we're liking it. Yeah, so we're hoping to release more videos in the future. The reason why we didn't release videos much this week and the past 2 weeks because we've been trying to sort out all our cards. We've been ordering cards, we've been trying to get all our decks ready, we've been trying to sort out all the information so we can start bringing you more videos. Yeah, so in the next 2 to 3 weeks it'll be just probably maybe 2 videos, 2 to 3 videos, probably 2. There'll be another video of a deck reveal will be next week, I hope. But today is the Blue Eyes deck, and it's one of 3 or 4 Blue Eyes decks we're making. So don't go, oh no, do this. No, this is one Blue Eyes deck. So this is what I call the King Kaiba deck, because it's based on Kaiba Man cards and the King of D cards. So it's just them in there really to make the deck work. But we are going to make other decks of Blue Eyes decks, so bear with us, and we will bring them shortly when we can. So shall we get onto it? Alright, so this is the Blue Eyes deck. So it's got 3 Blue Eyes White Dragon. I don't have to say the effect because it doesn't have an effect. It's got 3000 attack and 2500. You'll know Blue Eyes from the anime, of course. This is a different type of artwork and than you've probably seen on TV. It's the new one from the new movie, I believe. And now this is another newish card, Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon. So basically it cannot be normal summoned or set, must be first special summoned from your hand by revealing a Blue Eyes White Dragon in your hand. You can only special summon one Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon once per turn this way. This card's name is Blue Eyes White Dragon while on the field or in the graveyard. Once per turn you can target one monster your opponent controls, destroy it, but destroy it. This card cannot attack this turn when you activate the effect. So it's a quite decent card. It acts like Blue Eyes, so you can do the fusions and that, so you wouldn't have to worry. Okay, it's a powerful card. I've only got one of them in there because I think it's a bit too powerful. There's another powerful Blue Eyes card here. It's Dragon Spirit of the White. This card is always treated as a Blue Eyes. That means even if it's in the graveyard or in your hand, it's treated as a Blue Eyes. Always treated as a Blue Eyes. This card is treated as a normal monster while in the hand or in the graveyard. When this card is normal summoned or special summoned, you can target one spell trap card your opponent controls, banish it. If your opponent controls a monster, this is a quick effect. You can tribute this card to special summon one Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand. Quite a good, decent card, and again, I've only got one of them in there. And this is what I was talking about, the King of D. King of D is basically a better version of the Lord of D and a better version of the Lady of D. It's good they brought them all out now. They've got Lady of D, Lord of D, and now King of D. King of D, I think, is so much better than Lord of D. You might be wrong. You might have. I might be wrong. You might have your opinions on it. But it's got the same attack, 1200 attack and 1100 defense. But this card's name is treated as Lord of D while on the field, so it's good for Flute with Summoning Dragon. When this card is normal summoned, you can discard one spell card and add one Flute with Summoning Dragon, one Melody of Awakened Dragon, and one Dragon Reveal as body. I can't still say that name. From your deck to your hand. So very good card. You can get 3 cards. You can choose of one of the 3 cards, what's really good. So I've got 3 of those in my deck. I do like the look of it as well. It looks really cool. Next one, again, I said Kaiba Man. That's why I called it the King of Kaiba deck, King Kaiba deck. It's got Kaiba, I've got Kaiba Man, and it's really good from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, if you remember the episode. Basically, it's got 200 attack and 700 defense. You go, oh god, that's weak. No. You can tribute this card and special summon Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand. So basically, if you have Blue Eyes in your hand and Kaiba Man in your hand, summon Kaiba Man, get rid of Kaiba Man to your graveyard, and you special summon Blue Eyes from your hand. Simple as that. So it's a quick way to get Blue Eyes. Really good. So I've got 3 of those, which is good. Again, very good to get Blue Eyes from your deck to your hand is the White Stone of Legend. Very good card. It's a tuner card, so it's good for the synchro. 300 attack, 250 defense. But when this card is sent to the graveyard, doesn't matter if it's from your hand or from the field or from the deck. Add 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck to your hand, and I've got 3 of those. Very good card, I would recommend it. This is a bit different, you may not have seen in the movie, in the TV series, but it's Maiden of Eyes of Blue. It's a spellcaster and it's a tuner as well. Good for again for the synchro. 0 attack, 0 defense. But when this card is targeted for attack, you can negate the attack, and if you do, change the battle position of this card. Then you can special summon Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck, from your hand, deck or graveyard. Yeah, during either player's turn, when this card or effect is activated, that target when a player let me say that again. During either player's turn, when a card or effect is activated that targets this face-up card, except during damage step, you can special summon 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand, deck or graveyard. You can only activate one Maiden of Eyes of Blue effect per turn, and only once that turn. So a very good card to get Blue Eyes again, and I've got 2 of those. Next one is Master of Eyes of Blue. So it's a bit different. Again, it's a tuner, so again for the synchro, and a special summon. Spellcaster, 300 attack and 1200 defense. When this card is normal summon, you can target 1 level 1 light tuner monster from your graveyard and add it to your hand. Then shuffle this card from your so that's 1 when this card is normal summon. Then you can shuffle this card from the graveyard to the deck. Then target 1 effect monster you control, send it to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon Blue Eyes monster from your graveyard other than the sent monster. You can only activate Master of Blue Eyes once per turn. So a very good card to get Blue Eyes, as well basically to always get Blue Eyes cards. So you can use this with Maiden. So if Maiden's in the graveyard, you use Master, and I've got 2 of those. I've only got 1 of these, Sage of Eyes of Blue. It looks really cool if you like it. It's again another tuner. 0 attack and 1500 defense. But when this card is normal summon, you can add 1 level 1 light monster, tuner monster from your deck to your hand, except Sage Eyes of Blue. You can discard this card, then target 1 effect monster you control, send it to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon Blue Eyes from your deck. You can only use this effect once per turn. Very good card again. Very good card. All to get Blue Eyes. Now, out of them Blue Eyes cards, now into a different monster, King of the Swamp. People who've been watching Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, and I think the original Yu-Gi-Oh! As well, I might be wrong. King of the Swamp, yeah. So I've only got 1 of these, and this basically gets polarization from your. It's basically, let me read the fact. This card is used as a substitute for any fusion material monsters. So if I only have 1 Blue Eyes in my hand or 2 Blue Eyes in my hand, I can use, and I have King of Swamp, I can use that for a fusion. So it can be Blue Eyes or whatever. It's really good. But the other fusion monsters has to be correct, because you can't use 2 of these. You can't use 2 King of the Swamp. Sorry to say. You can discard this card to the graveyard and add 1 polarization from your deck to your hand. Very good card. And I've only got 1 of those. Assault Raven. I added it because I liked it. Really no need for it. But when this card is When this card destroys opponent's monster by battle, you contribute this card to special summon one dragon monster from your hand, graveyard, from your hand or graveyard. So except Assault Waving. So basically, you get Blue Eyes from the graveyard or from your hand. So really good. 1800 attack, which is really good. Now that the monster's gone, now the spells. So the spells are a bit different. I wasn't quite sure what ones to get because I did buy the Blue Eyes deck and I got rid of loads of cards because the Blue Eyes deck was good. It wasn't that good. Basically, cards of consonants. You want this card because you want it for the Stone of Legend. Discard one dragon type, tune a monster with 1000 or less and draw 2 cards. So basically you get Blue Eyes and you draw 2 cards. I've got 3 of these, so really good. Silver's Cry. Target one dragon normal monster in the graveyard and special summon that target. You can only activate that one of these per turn, so really good again. You can just target one, you get Blue Eyes again, and I've got 3 of those. So this deck rolls around getting Blue Eyes to the hand or on the field. So I've only got 1 Flute with Summon a Dragon, and I'll tell you why in a minute. To go with the King of D. Don't forget King of D can act like Lord of D. So special summon up to 2 dragon monsters from your hand. Lord of D. From your hand, Lord of D must be on the field to activate this card. But the King of D acts like Lord of D, so you can use a Flute Summoning Dragon. I've only got 1 because I've got this Dragon Reveal Philosophy or must be, I can't say the name properly. Tell me how to spell it down in the comments. How to say it, I'm sorry. Basically, this is a really good card. If you control a spellcaster monster, you can target up to 2 dragon monsters in the graveyard, including at least 1 normal monster, and special summon them. Your opponent takes no damage for the turn. You can only activate 1 of these per turn, so really good. Next card. Burst Stream of Destruction. If you control Blue Eyes White Dragon monster, destroy all monsters your opponent controls. Blue Eyes monster can't attack. A good card, and you're more likely to get Blue Eyes to your hand. Got 3 polarizations. If you aren't sure what polarization does, fusion, summon 1 fusion material monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion materials. Right, this is what annoys me. Loads of people are getting told off at tournaments because they've been watching the old Yu-Gi-Oh! Thanks to the new movies. They've been watching the really old Yu-Gi-Oh! The original, and in there they don't always use polarization. So people have been trying to fuse monsters like Blue Eyes into Ultimate Dragon when they can't. They get told off, and they're definitely like 11-year-olds and that. Definitely the newbies. The newbies do get told off quite a lot, and they don't know why. Because they go, "I've seen it on TV. Why doesn't it? I'm confused." No, and parents must help them, and people must help them. Like Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Take for thing. You need all 3 Blue Eyes or whatever, like the monster, but you need polarization to fuse them. You cannot fuse them without polarization unless you have fusion gate and that, but that's another thing. But like for a basic fusion, you need polarization to fuse most monsters, alright, to make a fusion summon. You can always have a look on the fusion cards. If they say don't need polarization, read it properly. Make sure you read the effect properly, because if it says you don't need polarization but you need to do something else, read it, alright? Otherwise, if it doesn't say you don't need polarization and it just says the 3 monsters to fuse, you need polarization, alright? Just to make it clear. If you're confused, please comment below and I will try and help you out. There'll be some Yu-Gi-Oh! Tutorials coming soon, so real basic, I mean, we'll be doing real basic ones leading up to advanced. Because to help the new ones out, definitely young kids, if they want to try and play this, you have to start with the basics. So that's what we're going to do. Anyway, let's move on to the next card. Swords of Green Light. Basically, flip all. So it flips all monsters your opponent controls from face up. your opponent controls face up. So basically, if you've got a monster face down, if your opponent's got a monster face down in defense, it doesn't flip up in attack, it flips up in defense. Alright? Just to make sure you are aware, because you don't make that mistake. This card remains on the field for 3 of your opponent's turns. While this card is on the field, your opponent cannot attack, which is really good. Mystic Space Typhoon, destroy 1 spell trap card on the field. Alright, now the spells, now on to the traps. So Miracles. Everyone loves Miracles. It's a really fun and destructive card, and if you know from the anime, Miracles is like a rare card basically. When and it used to be so expensive. I never used to be able to own one, but now it's so easy to get. When an opponent's monster declares attack, destroy all your opponent's attack position monsters. So if your monsters are in face up attack position, then they can be destroyed. But if they're face up defense or face down defense, they can't be destroyed. I've got one of those. Dark Bribe. When your opponent activates a spell or trap card, you can activate this card to negate this spell or trap card, but your opponent draws 1 card. Your opponent draws a card, not you, your opponent. So you negate the activation of their spell or trap, but they draw a card. That's the only side effect. Jar of Advance was quite good. I do like this card. It's basic. I think it's quite new. Comment below if I'm wrong. Target 5 cards in the graveyard except Jar of Advance and shuffle all 5 into the deck. Then draw 1 card. You can only activate 1 Jar of Advance per turn, so a very good card. Countergate. Do you like Countergate? When an opponent's monster declares a direct attack, that means declares a direct attack to your life points, not to your monster, to your life points. Alright, to you. Negate the attack, and if you do, draw 1 card. Then, if it is a monster, immediately after the effect resolves, you can normal summon it in face up attack position. Okay? So again, for good for if you draw Blue Eyes. If you don't, never mind, you get to draw a card and you stop by attack. So, and I've got 2 of those. Old but goodie Draining Shield, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. I don't think you started in the original Yu-Gi-Oh! But comment below if I'm wrong. Basically, negate the attack of one of your opponent's monster, or attacks you or your monster, or whatever. Increase your life points by the attacking monster's attack. So your life points get increased, and that is negated, basically. Alright, there are the traps. Now onto the extra deck. This is the extra deck, and I first of all I've got to mention I have not got Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. I'm hoping to get that soon. Okay, so this is Neo Blue Eyes White Dragon. So it's one of the new ones out from the movie. If you aren't sure. It's basically all 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons. You use polarization. To fuse them again. I've got to make that clear. But you've got to have all 3 Blue Eyes in your hand or on the field or either. Okay. At the end of the damage step, if this card is the only face-up card you control and this fusion summon card attacked, you can send 1 Blue Eyes fusion monster from your extra deck to the graveyard. This card can attack again. You can use this effect of Neo Blue Eyes twice per turn, so it's quite good. During either player's turn, when a card or effect is activated, you can target 1 Blue Eyes monster you control. You can banish this card from the graveyard and negate their activation, and if you do, destroy that card. So that is quite good in a way, and I've got 2 of those. This is one what I didn't know existed. I really didn't. I found it online first. I thought, oh, I'm going to get it, and then I got it in that big box what we showed you. I was amazed I'm literally amazed to get it, because it's basically like Cyber Twin Dragon. from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. So I'm glad they made a similar one for Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon. And it's got 3000 attack and 2500 defense. 2 Blue Eyes White Dragons, what makes it good? Must be either fusion summoned or special summoned by sending the above monsters you control to the graveyard, in which case you do not need a polarization. See, this is a type of fusion what's different from Neo's. This one, yes, you can fuse it using polarization if you want. It doesn't say, it must be fusion, so it doesn't say that, or you can special summon it if you have, by sending the above cards you control. If you have 2 Blue Eyes on the field, then you can send them to the graveyard without using polarization. It's up to you, but you're more likely not to have both of them on hand. You might be able to have both on the field, but we'll see. You'll see if we do a duel. In which case you do not need polarization. Cannot be destroyed by battle, was really good. This card can make up to 2 attacks during each battle phase. At the end of the damage step, when this card attacks your opponent's monster, but the opponent's monster is not destroyed by battle, you can banish that opponent's monster. It's really good. So if you attack Marshmallow, for example, Marshmallow can't be destroyed by battle. So you attack it. Oh, it hasn't been destroyed, but it gets removed from play. Damage step, when it attacks opponent's monster, it's not destroyed, you can banish that monster. So basically instead, it gets banished. That's really good. I need to get another one of these cards, or I might get 2 more. I don't know. Right, this is the Synchro. I'm okay with the Synchro, I suppose. It's okay. I'm not too bothered about it if it stays in the deck or goes. This is what you need the tuners for. With Synchro summoning. Eyes Silver Dragon. 2500 attack and 3000 defense. 1 tuner and 1 non-tuner monster. Basically, we will be doing a tutorial on synchros in the future, so do not panic if you don't know how to synchro summon, and there's plenty of videos online, so don't worry. When this card is special summoned, dragon type monsters you currently control cannot be targeted or be destroyed by card effects until the end of the next turn. Once per turn during your standby phase, you can target one non-monster card in the ground and special summon it. Brilliant, because that basically stops itself being attacked. Basically, yeah, the dragon type monsters you currently control cannot be targeted. So, and I've got 2 of those. This is one of the newest cards, and I needed one of these. So this is Twin Triangle Burst Dragon. I realise I don't have another level 4 monster in this deck. I've only got 1, so I'll be adding another one. So this is a Link monster, one of the new ones. 1200 attack. There's no defense because it cannot go into defense. So it's 2 level 4 lower dragon type monsters except tokens. You can't use tokens. When this card is link summoned, you can pay 509 points and target 1 level 5 or higher monster in your graveyard and special summon it to your zone this card points to. So it'll be down here, it'll be down at the bottom here because it's got that arrow there. Points to, but it cannot attack this turn, so it's really good. Again, if you I want to ask you down below if you know any good link monsters, what will work with this deck will be better than this one, because Twin Triangle Dragon was the only good link monster I had, so I added it, but I've just realised I can't use it. So I need another level 4 dragon monster in the deck. So any comments below to help with this deck, I would appreciate it. There'll be more Blue Eyes Dragon decks coming soon, 2 or 3. I'm not sure how many yet. In the early future, about 2 weeks time, I'm hoping, or maybe a week's time. We'll have to have a look. But next week is a different deck, and it's Slife of the Sky Dragon deck. It's a redone of my original Slife of Sky Dragon deck. It's just some new cards been added. So check out that deck next week on Friday, I hope. No, not Friday, wasn't today, it's Monday today, so it will be next week on Monday. Yeah, next week on Monday, so hope you enjoyed this this Blue Eyes deck. Please comment below, like, share and subscribe.